Hey everyone, in this video I wanted to share with you the process of making this double page in my comic book, so I hope you enjoy the video. This is also my first day back from drawing over the New Year's. It's been about a week, maybe even 2, so I'm feeling rusty, and if I'm honest, the first hour and a half of this day of drawing I was really struggling, and I got in a real funk about it because it didn't feel like it was working well. Although, looking back at some of these sketches, they actually look okay. I think I was just being a bit of a perfectionist, and sometimes I can feel a little bit frantic when I'm drawing. I think I expect to see results a lot quicker when the reality is that you just gotta slow down a little bit, and I'm trying to tell myself that as I'm doing it, but I just fall into this mindset where I feel like I need to see results quickly. But of course, with drawing, that's not always the case, as I'm sure you all know, if you have drawn in the past. I wasn't really sure what the plan was for today. I think because it had been a while since I'd even thought about my comic, really. I thought I wanted to dip into the protagonist and try and familiarise myself with who he is. And I eventually came up with the idea to explore a moment where he's interacting with another character, because I feel like when you see characters reacting with one another, that's where you really see their personality shine through, and I think I really captured what I was going for my character, or at least who he is at the beginning of this comic book, because this scene is from the start of the comic, near the beginning, where he's still with his people. But I don't want to give too much away of the story, really. Well, I don't know, maybe I will, but I quite like the idea of, at least some of it being a surprise. But I also want to be as transparent as I can with all of you, because I know that these behind the scenes videos are quite important to me, at least when I'm looking on YouTube. I love to see behind the scenes and kind of like the journey of making a comic or making a piece of art. I think it's really helpful to watch videos like this, and I hope that this video can be that for you. Having studied animation and have spent obviously a lot of time watching films, I feel quite knowledgeable with the storyboarding process and the filmmaking process and what shots work well with one another, but I do find that making a comic is a whole different ballgame, because you're trying to think about which panels work well together, and you're trying to composite it in a way that guides the eye, and all the while keeping in mind which panels are more important than the other, which drawings do you want to make bigger, and that's a new challenge for me, and I'm still working that out. So this scene is quite a vulnerable scene for my protagonist, because it's kind of a turning point for him, where he has to make a change, and his brother, this other character who he's interacting with, he's tried everything he can to help him, but the protagonist isn't pulling his weight, and he can't do anything more for him other than remind him of what will happen to him if he stays put with his people. And basically the protagonist needs to run, and the brother is even kind enough to offer his knife, which is unheard of in their people and their culture. So, taking advice from his older brother, the protagonist runs as far away as he possibly can, and as soon as possible. It happens to be night at this time, or at least dusk, So this double page is going to be quite dark, and I want to capture like a warm glow from a fire where there's a bit of orange light bouncing off of the characters, because I just love that combination of these quite dark blues and maybe even quite desaturated, and then to have like a vibrant orange highlight. I just think it looks so nice. So there will be a lot of that in this comic book, which I'm quite looking forward to, because I'm not the best with colour, and I mean, you never know where the story could go. Like, my character might end up being in a different environment eventually, but to begin with, at least, he's in this Arctic climate where there's, you know, whites and blues and greys with the occasional fire here and there. Oh, and blood, which will be like a nice vibrant red. At least when the blood is first drawn, it's going to be a vibrant red, and then I think after some time it will go to more of a dark, desaturated, to suggest that it's gone cold. So I'm just separating the characters from the background now and creating extra layers where I'm able to kind of lock the layer, and then I can colour them in with some quite minimal colours, because I don't know if this isn't the final draft. I'm kind of just slowly getting through each page of the comic, and then eventually I'll stitch it all together and see what works, and then I think I'll do a second pass over it where once the characters are more refined, I can go in and just make it look way cooler. So this is kind of like first pass, although maybe it's a bit overdeveloped for a first pass, but I just get a bit carried away, and it helps me visualize these characters. It helps me get to know them and even get to know what they might look like, because I still don't know what this race of people, or whatever they are, will look like. I have this idea of them being a little bit more hairy, almost a bit more monkey-like, where because they're in this snowy weather, they've got like their hair kind of goes over their face a bit more. I think that could look quite cool, almost like a Monkey King kind of look. As well as the character designs and stuff, I also don't really know what style I'm going to go with this, because I know that with a comic book, obviously there's lots and lots of drawings, so I really want it to be as true to my own style as it possibly can, but I think I need to spend some time just drawing and then rediscovering my style, the style that's most comfortable for me, because I feel like I've tapped into that in the past, but more recently I think I find it a bit harder to find that, or to at least feel that it is me. But maybe everything that comes from me is my style. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. I'd love to hear how any of you stay consistent with your styles. I know that obviously drawing every day will help, which is a practice that I really want to lean back into, because I know it's going to help. But yeah, if there's any advice you have out there for me of how to feel more in touch with your style and lean into it, then I'd love to hear it. The most important thing for me in this project is I want it to be as fun for me as possible, so I'm trying to incorporate everything I like drawing, and I know I've gone through phases of really enjoying drawing Vikings, and I love drawing creatures, so if you haven't seen my previous videos, there will be some creatures in this that I'm really excited to design, and I will be sharing that process with you too. I'm also a sucker for action stuff, like anything like fight scenes and sword fighting, weapon fighting, even guns. However, I'm not sure guns will be in this, at least for a long while. I guess we will see. I used to love drawing that kind of stuff. So that kind of stuff will be heavily incorporated into this story. Okay, I've finished the double page. I really liked how it turned out. I think it's still pretty rough, but that's okay. This is a overdeveloped first draft, I guess. But it's definitely gave me a lot of ideas for what happens around these pages and how, just a bit clearer on how the comic might look. Just looking at it now, I'm feeling a lot more excited. I love the blues and the orange, the warm glow. I hope that you gained something from watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you are inspired to perhaps start your own storytelling journey. I think it's a really exciting thing to do, is just deep dive your imagination and create a project that encompasses all of your ideas. Anything that comes up can go in the comic book, because it's your world. So that's the beauty of it. Anything goes. I want to end the video with a few shots I got over the New Year's when we stayed in the van up on Dartmoor. So I hope you enjoy them, and Happy New Year. Woke up early enough to catch the sunrise, although it's not that hard at the moment because the sunrise is at like 8:10.